Hey YouTube land, Tycanders here, doing another action figure review. Now this is actually a retro review, as this is a original, I believe it is, because I do not think there has been a reissue of this, but this is a Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles as opposed to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because over here in Ireland they thought the word ninja was too violent and too strong, so they rebranded them as the Hero Turtles instead of ninjas. But essentially this is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtlecycle, the Mutant Sewer Cycle with sidecar. So I got this pre-owned from the good folks over at Uncanny Collectibles. I'll throw a link in the description below. They do tend to get in a lot of consignments of pre-owned stuff as well as new items. This is one of the kind of random things that kind of popped up in one of their consignments. Basically, it was like, I think it was the only Turtles item in that whole thing, and I saw it when they did a showcase video and I grabbed it. So on the back of the box it has the screech into battle on this road ripping turtle cycle, get the Foot Clan coming and going with the reversible battle armored sidecar, and then it's just repeated in German, I believe. No einen day in den Kampf mit dem. I'm butchering that, so I'm not going to go any further than that. You got figures not included, obviously. It has some assembly required, foot ripping hubcap, garbage can plate armor, and then you get a kind of 2 accessories. Now this isn't 100% complete, it is pretty much all there. The only thing that's missing is the in the instructions, which we'll take a quick look at, it looks like a top hat, but I think it's supposed to be like a paint can bucket, and the idea was with it that you'd put it on the handlebars and it was only held on by elastic straps from the looks of it, so those would perish over time, and I believe that's probably why this part is missing. It was just held on by elastic straps, and you'd put ooze into it and kind of fire it like a catapult, and it would, you know, fire the ooze at someone. But because it's not there, obviously it's not going to be not going to have it. So you have Turtles Ruled. You on the cover, interestingly enough, on the cover box art you have Raph and what looks like Leo on the sidecar, but on the promotional images on the for the sidecar it shows Donatello, which is kind of interesting because, like as I said, the artwork shows Leo and they swapped it out with Donnie. So we'll take a look-see and see how they stack up on the vehicle when I get around to having a look at the vehicle. But before we have a look at the vehicle, I just want to quickly get out the instructions and we have a look at the instructions for that as well. So as it says on the cover of the box, it says bonus National Turtle Quiz joke book inside. So it does come with the instructions, which is this. It shows snap adjust handlebars with sewer slingshot onto top of steering column with hollow part of sewer slingshot facing towards the front of the turtle cycle. As you can see, as I said, it looks kind of like a top hat in the actual images, but the idea is you put it on with the elastic bands, you put ooze into it, and you fling it, you fire it like a slingshot at people. There's the ready turtle cycle for road ripping battles. Sit figures on turtle cycle and secure hands with adjustable handlebar. Is there any other thing here? Snap reversible armored sidecar onto plug underneath turtle cycle. Now I'm not going to do that on this, in the sense I'm not going to do the rotating, because I believe the idea is it doesn't actually rotate. What you do is you unpeg it. It doesn't actually like do a rotating thing. You have to unpeg it and then put it on the other way around. And because this is so old, I do not want to stress it In fact, there's a 1989 sticker on this, so I'm just wary of the plastic being fragile and snapping. So I'm not going to switch the rotating sewer can sidecar bit around. But we are treated to this National Turtle Quiz Joke Book. So I'll have a quick look at these and see how interesting or how terrible the jokes are. So we'll start with this way. It's like, what makes a motorcycle a turtle cycle? An extra nut behind the wheel. What should you expect if you get in the turtle cycle sidecar? A wild ride with your turtle by your side. Why doesn't Shredder like Trag, the Stone Warrior, to ride on the foot ski? Because he always rocks the boat. How do foot soldiers try to catch the samurai hare Usagi Yojimbo? They hide and make carrot noises. I have no idea. What should you take if you're run down by the evil foot cruiser? A license plate number. If Leatherhead the gator loses his tail, where can he get a new one? A retail store. Lovely. Why does Baxter Stockman sleep in on a street lamp? Because he's a light sleeper. Why is being trapped in the evil flush-o-matic torture toilet like playing cards? Because one good royal flush and you lose. And there's more on the opposite side. Why won't the disgusting Rat King lend you $1? He doesn't believe in passing the buck. Why does Genghis Frog have trouble talking sometimes? He gets a person in his throat. Oh, these are terrible. Why is Usagi Yojimbo so hard to catch? Because he's hair 1 minute and gone the next. Why do the turtles like Ace Duck so much? Because he cracks them up. Yes. These are almost as bad as dad jokes. But they are part of this. I wonder if, I've never had any of the other original vehicles, so I'm wondering if these were packed in with all the vehicles, like the turtle, party wagon, etc. So yeah, there's some terrible jokes in that. So without further ado, we will pause here. We'll move the box out of the way. It is interesting to see the original box. Normally I don't collect stuff in box. I usually try and collect things loose, but it just so happened that the box was with this and I jumped on the opportunity to grab it. It is interesting to see the original artwork and stuff like that. I don't know if this has a distribution. It says this was made in China, so it's possibly because Hero Turtles, as I said, were a European, or at least an Irish version of it. It's probably this is a European distribution for it, hence the German. So it is interesting to see the difference in the boxes. But without further ado, I'm going to pause it here. We'll go and grab the bike and we'll have a quick look at the features, and the so-called features on the bike, and have a look at that. So bear with me a moment and we'll move the box out of the way. So here is the bike in all its glory. I have managed to get my reissued versions of the stored shell turtles out, so we can see how they fit on the bike. So I have the Raphael one and I have the Leonardo one, just because it showed Raph and Leo on the cover of the box. It does have this sewer lid, or the trash can lid shield that comes with it. I'm not going to throw it into Leo's hand as they showed it in the box. I'm just going to move these aside and then we'll have a quick 360 of the bike in all its glory. So here on the adjustable handlebars is where you would tie on that slingshot style thing, but unfortunately it does not have it. But it is nicely detailed. You can see the kind of turtle shell motif going on. The handlebars do move side to side, which is quite nice. Again, this piece snaps off and snaps back in, but again, because of its age, I do not want to snap it off and put it on the opposite side. The wheels do roll nicely enough for a vehicle of this age. Sometimes with vehicles this old, the dirt builds up in the spokes and stuff and they get tighter, but this one isn't too bad. You have the foot slashing, what do they call it? So the foot slash, what is it? Foot ripping hubcap. That is it. So you have the foot ripping hubcap on the side of the bike. There is 3 peg holes. Now, I'm not sure, because these are issues, these only have 1 peg hole. I'm assuming it's because you can fit them in different positions on it, or it's for the different, because each of the turtles had really wide stances. It could be depending on which turtle you want to fit on it. Because, like, I'm assuming if you had it reversed around, you'd be having the foot peg needing to be on the front so they can fit on it that way. But because it's this way around, you can just get them on this way. I do not want to force it because, again, pegs like this over time would probably snap. But we can kind of get Leo, we can just move his legs a bit to a little bit more of a natural stance, or unnatural stance maybe. He might be able to fit into this thing. We can just have him hang on to this. But yeah, we'll just have a look at the other side first, actually. So you can see the other side is pretty much, it has different engine details, but it is literally just a motorcycle. The stickers were pre-applied. I'm assuming these were on a sticker sheet. Or I would imagine they would have originally been on a sticker sheet when they came. They might have even had some kind of anti-foot stuff, kind of like the Turtle Party Wagon that has like foot stinks on it and a few other things like that. But overall, it is a nice set. So we're going to get Raph here and take his weapons out of his hands so he can hold the handlebars. Come on, Raph. Can I put his weapons? I'm not going to put his weapons here because they'll probably get overstretched. Not that they already aren't, but we'll just get his. So we can put his hands into a sort of motorcycle holding, handlebar holding position. And we'll see if we can get him to hold the handlebars. Yeah, he didn't want to, and I do not want to stretch this or damage the handlebar thing. We'll just get him seated on it nicely. You could possibly get him on it a little bit better than that, but you can get both figures reasonably well onto this vehicle. Now, I do have an original old Donatello. And I know they showed Donatello on the... See, the difference between the stored shell turtles and the originals is the originals have a kind of dumbbell type thing. So they have like, you can actually angle the legs in a bit more. So you can get them to kind of fit way better on the bike. Whereas the stored shells are just on a swivel. You don't have that in and out. Because of the mechanism for opening up, you don't have the full normal articulation. So because I have one original Donnie, he's my only original turtle I have, and I got him from a colleague at work when I used in my previous place of employment. So it was nice for him to hand me that. It is, you can see Donnie will fit on this, not too bad, and we'll just see him on the bike itself. Because we can position the legs a little bit more natural. You can get him to hold the bike and fit the sidecar quite good. Let's see if we can get his hand over the handlebar. Again, I don't really want to stretch it too much, but you can get Donnie to hold the handlebars. You can get him to drive around on the handlebars. I am curious, and I don't have one to hand, if the mutating turtles will fit on these things. Mainly because they're a lot more chunkier and larger, but they have this style of hip on the figure, so they might have a better chance of actually fitting the bikes. So the main reason I picked this up is because I really wanted to see if these guys will fit. So these are the 2023 or 2024, 2024 remastered 1988 Teenage Mutant Turtles remastered that were available from Walmart. Now, I don't know if they were available anywhere else. They might have been available in Europe, but I never seen them over here. So they might have been a store exclusive, because these guys have a lot more articulation and have like elbow joints, knee joints, swivels in the ankles, which is a shame. They should have been rocker joints. I think they could have done with that, and they do have a hip joint of such. We shall see how these guys fit onto the bike. So we'll just move Raph, or the Leo, out of the way for the moment, because it is Raph on the seated on the bike, and you can see he sits quite nicely in a seated position. Now, because these guys have peg holes, but they're huge peg holes on the bottom of their feet, Leo won't fit it too well, but you can get him onto the bike. And I am going to, it's just in case you're wondering, this slingshot is actually, I think it's from the Mikey storage shell turtle, but these guys actually hold those weapons quite nicely. So you can give them a classic look of the box art. I'll just bring the bike box back in. You can kind of get that classic turtle look of the box art, or at least have the two turtles that they showcase on the box cover as a artwork, as opposed to the box photo promo photos. I do have Donnie from this line. I could dig him out as well and throw him on, but I just don't want to chuck him in at the moment. But he does look really, really cool together with this. And I am going to just bring in one thing as well for one more size comparison. Please bear with me a moment while I knock stuff over and trying to get it probably. So if you have it now, I believe the reissue, or the classics reissue, is the same thing. So this is a original Turtles Party Wagon. There is a reissue version of Party Wagon. Mine is incomplete, so I've been tempted to pick up the reissue. But if you have, I'm just going to open the roof here and put Mikey into the other passenger seat. If you can fit him, he should fit. No bother. Oh, I need to move his feet a bit. That's the one thing about these. The front of the Turtle Party Wagon had a very flat. There we go. Had a very flat. Had very little space for the turtle feet, so you kind of have to rotate them sideways, which is probably why they included that articulation point. Now it's probably a little bit dark, so I'm just going to move my light a bit, so you can see Donnie and Mikey sitting in the Party Wagon. You can have Raph and Leo driving alongside the Turtle Party Wagon on the Turtlecycle, and it looks pretty cool overall. So there you go, guys. This is a quick, well, I would say quick, it's a little step back down memory lane for those who had it. Again, I never had one of these growing up. I only had I had mostly hand-me-down turtles, or a couple of the only new in-box turtle figure I have, which I still have the box for, and I might do a retro review of it, is the mutating foot soldier. He's actually one of my favorite figures. I had the original foot soldier, and he was fragile and the hips broke on him, which was a common issue with the foot soldier figure. But when they reissued, or not reissued it, but when they kind of brought out the mutating one, I grabbed that because it was a better improvement, I thought, overall. It had some issues, but for the most part, it was a better improvement over the original foot soldier. But that's beside the point. This is for the Turtlecycle. Hope you enjoy this video of the Turtlecycle, and it is the Mutant Hero ones, as is this. This I picked up from a chap on a Irish kind of, I wouldn't say, it's like a secondhand website called Adverts. They do, like, it's not just toys, but it does everything and anything kind of thing. Kind of like old Craigslist, that old website, kind of something similar. It's like an Irish version of that. So I picked this up in this condition, which is a shame. I'd love to get bits to fix it up, because if I just turn around the side, well, knock my stuff over, you can see it's missing the entirety of the door section, the piece down here, the actual door itself, the front pieces. It's missing a good lot of stuff, so hopefully I might try and convince myself to get the reissue one and do a comparison of the two. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick-ish video of the Turtlecycle. which I got from Uncanny Collectibles. I will drop a link to their site in the description below again, and hopefully you stayed through me waffling through all of this video, and I hope you have a great day. Cheers, thanks for watching, and as always, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button to help me grow my channel. It would be amazing, and I do appreciate everyone who does contribute to sharing my videos as well. So thank you very much, and enjoy your day.